Hello everyone and welcome to Business Banking and Beyond. Today is about business setup in UAE, and who can be a better person than the authority itself. So today we have a very special guest, Vishal Dikshit. He's head of revenue from Sharjah Media City, a well-known and renowned Freezone of the UAE. Today with him, we will be discussing everything about business setup in UAE and what Shams is offering the entrepreneurs coming to UAE. So let's get started with Vishal. Vishal, thank you so much first of all for joining us today at Business Banking and Beyond.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
So Vishal, first thing which I want to discuss with you is how easy it is to set up business in UAE, or for that matter with Shams as well.
For the matter of setting up a business in UAE or Sharjah Media City, it is very, very easy. All you have to know what kind of business you would like to do. And if you're not sure of it, we consult. We will help you to design what kind of business you want to do and what activities you can choose under your license, and you can start performing a business. We help people from thinking of what kind of business they're capable of and what kind of business, because it goes with the mind liking. So what kind of business they understand, and we help them. Majority of people, they know already what business they want to start with, what kind of market right now. So they come according to that.
So if I may to say that you are not just not a free zone who's just issuing the license or registering the companies, but you understand the client, you understand their business, and you consult more on that.
That's right. Because see, if we sit in the market and we make ourselves very commercial and we just take the money from people and issue the license, that's not the job we would want to do. We want to consult. We want to help people. We want to give them full consultation to understand the scope of business, to helping them to understand where they're putting their money to. We don't want anyone to waste their time and money. And I don't want that to myself or anybody around me. So why should I do it to somebody who is paying us?
So as an authority which is issuing license, a free zone authority, if I may speak about the alignment of what exactly you help the customers with in terms of when they're coming firstly to you, is the registering is one thing, which is, I think, is the end process.
Yes.
So what are the steps, if you can detail a bit, that these are the steps when a customer or a consultant client is coming to you, that you check, as in you mentioned that you will help him in understanding his business, you will check whether he has experience or not. If you can shed little bit light on that.
I'll give you an example. So we have a gentleman from certain nationality, and he walks in through the door of Sharjah Media City and talks about he wants to open a business. He has no idea what he wants to do. All he wants to do, open a business in this beautiful country, live here, and bring his family and be successful. We sat down and we tried to understand his background. His background was farming. Since his background was farming, I suggested him to do fruits and vegetables. And then he says to me, also, he had a shop back home for spices and stuff. So we happened to guide him through these activities. This client is with us since the last 4 years. Right now. So when you talk about consultation, it is just not one thing. It is to understand the need of a client, of course, and understand if they need visa and how many visas under their company. So setting up their whole life, not just the license. So you kind of help them to set the business and families and everything. We provide all kind of services.
Well, I never got this answer. I was not expecting it. Thank you so much for taking it till to the family level. Because as a consultant, as an authority, especially government, that you have this long-term vision of helping your clients, the companies which is getting formed in the authority, that they are not just coming to set up a business, but they're moving their life, they're moving their families, and they're going to reside in this country. So it is very important that the first thing which they're coming for is the bread and butter through which their family will be able to live here. They will have a long-term scope in terms of residency, will be their business. So for you to understand and taking that time out to guide them, really helping us as a consultant and the customers as well. Thank you so much for doing that. It is something which is very exceptional, which authority does, and I think it's only possible in UAE.
Yeah, true. Indeed. It's only possible in UAE. And I'm very lucky to be in this country and part of UAE and then part of Shams, and where I have a chance to help people.
Well, in that same thing, I would add in terms of process level as well, that when we say so many companies, because this is a thriving economy, you must be forming so many companies with so many different activities. When a customer is coming to you, how do you take that first step, being so much busy, your advisors getting so many inquiries? How do you make sure that the client, when it is coming to you or a consultant is coming to you, you're able to advise them? What is that process level? What is that SOP which makes you so prominent in terms of issuing the right type of activity, the right license, the right business setup for that particular client?
It comes down to a lot of training and development with your team members, and you need to be updated with the market and all the rules and regulations that could be even compliance. So we do invest on a daily basis, a lot of time in our people to train them and to motivate them to do exactly what they do on a daily basis, because you get exhausted and tired doing same thing every day. But we remind them the purpose of the job, the purpose of assisting and helping people. It's just not the job you come in, take the salary at the end of the month and go home. No. The idea is basically you're here because you like it and you love it. And I'm here and the team members are here, the management, who's going to help you to develop your skills and making sure that you're very fast and efficient in your work. When you're very efficient at your work, then people who are coming to you, when you're going to assist them, you sit with them, you consult them fast, you help them fast, and everything moves fast. Otherwise, we can never cope up with the number of opportunities we have where we're going to assist people, call, phone, meetings, messages, emails, WhatsApp. It is a lot of hard work behind the scene. What people don't see at the front, we put that work at the back.
Well, it makes me really feel happy, because this was a trick question, you can say, because this was something related to me as a consultant, as Dhangat consultant, that when I see Shams, we are always aspired from authorities how they are doing such a good job. So as Dhangat, we always look up to you. We always call you for the trainings, your departments, you yourself, because as consultant, we help them in overall UA. You help them in Shams, we help them in UA. So we also have some training and development. We have our own learning and development programs as well, softwares as well, where we make sure that our team is always on the edge of guiding the client in terms of business setup in UAE as a whole. So I think somewhere we are aligning, synergies are there, and we are continuously taking feedback from you.
Yes, and thank you, because I know how much work you guys and your team put through, because I've been with you since years. We know each other very well, and I've seen you growing from a small team to bigger team. So that is, of course, your dedication and the hard work, and it comes with the teamwork.
Well, I remember how our friendship started long back and how we moved till here. It has been a long journey, but because of the customers, because of the client and this country, we are able to do. And that's what makes me so much confident when a client is coming to me, that don't have two minds. Be in the boat, consider, be confident, start your business. Because the first step towards your business journey is the license itself and understanding your business. Till you don't take that bit of a risk, you will not be able to thrive. And we as consultant, we are guiding them, not just in terms of registration as Shams is doing also. We are able to guide them in overall. We are able to forecast, we are helping them in terms of budgeting as well, that how you can plan your business for next 2 years. So yeah, in terms of Dhangat and customers both, I think it is helping us together.
Very nice. You guys are doing a good job.
Moving on, next is the most important thing, is the documentation process.
Yeah.
When entrepreneurs are coming to UAE, they have this mindset that what exactly is the documentation which is required? Is it a long process, lengthy process? So first we'll discuss about documentation. Tell me how many set of documents are required to set up the business with Shams.
Okay. People think it's there's a list of documents. Actually, the list on my fingertips, and it's very easy. By the process. So, or when you're opening a license, we have list of risk analysis where we say low, medium, and high risk. That could be any activity if you're taking, and depending on the activity, documents can vary. But nothing goes out of few documents. Number one, you need passport copy. Scan, clear, passport copy. With that, you need your email ID and the phone number. Everybody has it. Everybody has it, yes. Right? And then number two, as I said, 3 months bank statement. That could be. Everybody has it. Definitely coming in the country from your hometown or here, you have a bank where you put your money and you do transactions. 3, house of address proof. I'm not asking for UAE. You can give me from back home. I'm sure you're living somewhere. You have a roof on your head. That means you have the document for that.
Yes, of course.
Lastly, there's something called business questionnaire. You fill in the details of exactly what you do and how you do and how you're planning to do. And we guide you for that because we know what you have asked for. We have assisted you. That is all you need. There's no other documents required. So we only ask for easiest and documents which are available with you.
I think you should have repeated these documents and again, same set of documents, because there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are consulting with us will always get overwhelmed that only these documents are required, because this is not so common in other countries. Majorly, if I speak about identification document, or the main documents are passport and passport size picture. Details are phone and email ID. And then when it is high risk or medium risk, bank statement and house of proof can be required.
That's right.
So this is what we are guiding. But because of this exceptionally organized country, people are not able to believe that. Entrepreneurs are not able to believe that. Thank you so much for coming here and making sure that yes, it is true and it is going out to all the entrepreneurs or startups coming to the country.
No, you're welcome. And thank you for guiding the whole country and people who are coming here, because it is simple. It is simple.
After this, what is the process level? What is the time frame in which they can get their license first?
All right. I have all the documents. You have completed your KYC, know your customer. As you know, it is mandatory before we process the application. Once you have completed your KYC, application is submitted, KYC is done. Maximum of 24 hours, license is released. That is a maximum time frame.
Maximum time frame.
Today's date, if I talk about, you do your KYC by 2 o'clock, same day you get your license. If documents are there. Now, what happens? We need clear scanned passport copy.
Yes.
If you're going to put picture of your passport.
Well, that's some discrepancies, but ideally what I have seen with Shams working for so many years, if it is again, as you mentioned before 2 p.m. you get the same day, and if it is after 2, you will get it tomorrow. And most of the time it's true. So within 24 hours you are getting your license, and that's the speed of the authority. And here this speed is not normal. This is not normal in our countries. It's not normal in many other countries. Or I would say most of the countries. And this is not something that just getting a license. I think when we speak about UAE and the services in any of the industry we speak about, be it license, be it visa, the speed at which we get our service is exceptional. And the world is moving towards that fast service. How fast you get your things done will eventually lead you to productivity. Because sometimes when we tell clients that you will get your license in 24 hours, that is not something a USP kind of thing, but what our signal is going out to the client and to the people is that the level of operational efficiency, the level of productivity which country shows is immense. That getting a license just in 24 hours with all the KYC, with all the due diligence is only possible in UAE.
That's right. It's absolutely right.
Well, that reminds me, I'm very fortunate enough to be in this country, and I always follow His Highness Sheikh Mohammed.
Yeah.
When I see the speed and when we speak about the speed, I remember one of his quote and one of his videos where he was talking about if you are in Africa, I don't remember the exact lines, but if you are in Africa, then a lion and gazelle story. I'm sure you must have heard it. So Sheikh Mohammed says, if you are in Dubai, either be a lion or be a gazelle, but you have to be fast. That's how the country was built in magical 40 years from 1971 till here. We have an infrastructure maverick which is formed in a name called UAE. So I think Shams follows that, Dhangad follows that, and the people who are coming to UAE really can build business in a small frame of time, a very good, a large scale business.
Absolutely true. That is very, 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 very true.
So documentation is done, process is done. If you can shed some light related to what activities Shams is able to offer in terms of different businesses.
See, when it comes to the activities, we have categories of the activities. So we call it media, we call it trading, we call it services and consultancies. So we divided activities into 3 segments. Now, media, if you talk about, media has all these categories basically have n number of activities within them. Media, for example, you see the world of influencers, photography, videography, movies. I have said this previously in one of the meeting as well. When it comes to mixing and matching the activity, when I say mix and match, it means you can combine your different set of activities under one license. So we provide you from media, if you want to trade anything, to if you want to provide any kind of services and a consultancy. If I start naming the activities, we won't finish the podcast. This is huge.
Well, I have some more things on that. Before that, I would tell the people who are watching and who are going to watch later as well that we will discuss about the packages today. Because when an entrepreneur is starting up a business, the first thing comes to the mind is budgeting, how much exactly he's going to spend. So we'll discuss about packages in detail.
For sure.
Okay. Coming back to the point about the activities, what is the sense of the authority which is allowing in a single license to mix the activities? What I get a sense is that when as Dhangad or any other company starting up, you have a niche. Maybe you are a consulting company, maybe you are a videography company. But when you build your business together with videography, maybe you will be able to trade the cameras because you know how it works. Maybe you will be able to consult people on the videography. So my sense is that, and that's how we guide people, that why you should choose Freezone and especially Shams when it comes to mixing up the activities. What is your thought process when it comes to allowing entrepreneurs to mix up the activity?
See, the idea of allowing somebody to mix the activity or mixing different activities under one license to provide them what exactly they require. Example, if I, as you said to me, I give somebody wants to take a photography or videography activity because that's his hobby and he thinks he can do good out of it. At the same time, when it's your hobby, this is just an example. When it's your hobby, what do you like to do? You basically pay attention to everybody around you who's taking a picture.
Yes.
Your mind goes there. Since your mind goes there, if it's your friend, you will check the picture and you will say, let me take one for you. Do you like it? Now, so he's trying to teach other person. And guess what? Sometimes, as you correctly mentioned before, if I am into this, and I like to take pictures and videography, so I like to buy lenses and cameras, this and that. And I see I have an opportunity there where I can actually start doing trading of this, something I like and love. And I know a lot of people because that's my circle today's date. So you can start trading. Now you see, from videography, photography, you reach to trading. So this is the idea of people to grow, people to have business opinion. They don't need to worry, oh, I cannot do this, I can only do this.
So you can add activities to your license and you can anytime really focus on what you love, what you want to follow and really make money more easily.
Yes.
I have one small disclaimer here which I wanted to ask you. See, when an entrepreneur is just starting up, when we speak about passion is one thing, when we speak about expansion is a second thing. But when an entrepreneur is just starting up, as Dhangad, we have this DNA that we always guide client that when you're starting up, focus on the niche. Means if you're a videographer, focus videography only. Don't say you are going to do business consultancy or you are going to do some other trading which is not related to you. Do you do that as well as an authority? Do you guide clients to focus on the niche or you allow them to upgrade the license from day one that you have 10 activities in your license?
Okay, I have a very good answer for this and I love it. So I'll tell you, we do tell them to focus on the core business, but again, we encourage people to do more. Why is that? I'll go back. Knowledge is power. Knowledge comes with the experience. Experience only when you try. If you don't try, you don't know. So we encourage people to do what they are good at, plus to try, they can do. Otherwise, it's not going to move forward. No one's going to move forward.
Okay. Well, that's the benefit of having somebody from the authority itself. But that gives me a new hint that we will also try to encourage people in terms of trying as well, keeping that risk in mind, the risk appetite and focusing what is your niche, but again, trying more things so that you can expand.
Yes, that is true.
That brings me to my next point. What do you think when we say about business activities? We have e-commerce, we have real estate, we have so many activities. What do you think in terms of UAE? What is the market size of different activities? What is the scope till where they can take their business to?
See, again, I'll go back to what I just said before. If you don't ask a fish to climb the tree, right? So what I mean to say by that, I will always offer and recommend and encourage people to do a business where they have interest into, or they have experience, they have knowledge to. I would never recommend anybody to do something they have no idea of. So if you talk about number of activities and what kind of business you can do in UAE, there are thousands type of business you can do. But again, I'll bring you back to focus on what you know, at least the basic of it. If you don't have foundation, if you don't have any idea of it, then I have to guide you. Yes, fine. But you must know something in your life. Everybody knows something. Everybody is good at something in their life. So I just pick that from you and I'll tell you this is what you should do, plus this to try.
So that you can try and maybe you'll get better at sometimes if you're able to learn that and you're able to implement that in the business.
That is right.
So what are 3 most common businesses which you see, 3 or 5, whatever is the number you have with you? What are those most common businesses which are flourishing even if there is a competition, and which is most opted? Because sometimes as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, I feel like if this is getting opted too many times, then there is a competition. But on the contrary, what I feel like as a business owner, if there is so much of competition, means there is a market, means there is a demand. So if you can shed light on that.
If I specify, it's going to be in 2 details. So let's say, I would say trading. Now, trading has a huge area. What kind of things you can trade. But trading is something this country, or you can actually trade from one country to other country by sitting here. But this country requires trading because not a lot of things are manufactured or grown naturally in this country. And population is increasing day by day, which is a great thing. And we need more of trading in this country right now. And number 2, of course, as I said before as well once, fintech is always there, will always be there. That is a requirement of daily basis these days.
And it's flourishing as well. The number of digital banks, the number of fintech companies are continuously growing.
And I think it's making everybody's life easier. You start to move fast. It's easier to order things on your phone, you know. So everything is going on a digital platform. And I think I'm sure that's the future.
So you are recommending that e-commerce is one thing in terms of trading. If you want to digitize, e-commerce is one thing. And second, of course, you mentioned fintech. Is there any other type of business which is very commonly being opted by the entrepreneurs?
If you talk about other kind of businesses, see, the entrepreneurs, they normally take services and consultancy. Now, when I say services and consultancy, if I'm good at consulting you how to operate your business or how to run a business, or I'm good at giving you services where I could be just a broker and I would take you from A point to B point to get you whatever you require. That could be real estate, that could be buying and selling anything. That is also, I recommend and I see in the market a lot of people who wants to do as a broker job. And I'm not talking about real estate broker. That could be anything, any type of
consulting. Basically, I think I got your sense, and it really makes a lot of people who are not able to decide what should they start with, because trade, maybe you need to understand from where you will buy and where you will supply. So buying and selling could be something which you need to really tackle, and you need to finalize vendors, you need to build tech. There is a lot of things which you need to say. But when it comes to consulting, any type of consulting, there are many consulting. Eventually, we have seen in beautician, professional technical activities. We have seen dietitians, we have seen hair treatment guys. So there's so much in consulting from B2C to B2B.
That's right.
So you can simply take license and you can start in terms of consulting.
That's right.
I mean, that was something, it opened the eyes in terms of how we can exactly start in a short manner, because there is a lot of people who really want to do business, but to get sense from where they can start is consulting. Correct me if I'm wrong.
See, when it comes to I'll answer you differently again. When it comes to giving your services to somebody for Sharjah Media City, you know what kind of product we are into, and I'm going to provide the services. It's very, very important to sit and understand the need. And if you can't figure out the need, you just have to dig a little deeper to understand what can we come up with, which is the best option for a person. And I go back to consulting. I find it very strong field when it comes to consulting, because again, consulting could be various things and you can be involved into that. So consulting is a strong license for me.
And I think the world is anyways moving towards the expertise effect also. You really need consultants, the expert consultants in every small to small detail. As I mentioned, be it dietitian, be it hair expert. We have stylists nowadays who are helping you to style your day. Brand consultants. So, I mean, the domain is very big. We cannot just say consultant. It has so many hierarchies, so many categories when it comes to consulting. So I think the go forward when even if you are being in industry, like I have been recently meeting HR consultants who are guiding the companies how you can hire, how you can retaining your employees. So one is HR consulting. So when we speak about trademark, how you can protect your company from IP, trademark, using these kind of things, legal consulting. So there are many aspects which gets open if you are an industry expert.
Yes.
20 years in that same segment, you can really guide the company. Procurement consultant for that fact, where you are literally helping the companies to just buy from certain companies where your cost can be less, and sometimes creating the architecture as well, where you buy in this type of things, warranties, what exactly is in terms of creating the architecture for procurement as well. So I think the domain is very big.
Domain is very big. People do not understand. So we need to talk more and educate people and consult people.
So I think the people who are salaried, working in UAE, or who are coming from outside the country, they have a bigger scope in terms of management consulting, right?
Oh, very big, very big. Anything you know, you can do. That's what it is for me. Anything you know, you can do a business out of it.
It's all about trying.
That's right.
And at a very low cost with Shams.
Yes, it's a very low cost.
So that cost, now finally it brings us to the most important part for any entrepreneur, any startup, to understand what is the short-term cost, what is the medium-term cost, and what is the long-term cost for the business he's going to start. So now I will start in terms of what is the costing of the license and then moving forward with it.
That's right. Okay.
So what is the license cost with Shams?
Okay, as we say, if you will see our advertisement everywhere, we say you can start your business with 5750, which is 5,750 dirhams. That falls for media categories. So you can choose any of the activity from the media segment and you can start your business, and you can choose up to 5 activities under that license. Then we have other license option, which is 6875, 6,875 dirhams, where you can choose 5 activities from 3 different categories. Again, media, trading, services, and consultancy. Starting a business is very easy, as we have spoken about the details.
So 5750 is basically a media e-commerce package.
You can say e-commerce as well, one of the activity.
Okay, so you'll be able to open bank account, do everything with that license?
Oh, definitely, yes. You can open your bank account. It's going to be a corporate bank account. You can do all the transactions, local, international, and of course, you're the expert for the banking. So
that brings me to a very important point before I miss it, promoting myself. This is Dhanguard Banking Consult. Sorry, I'm not putting it that way. I would say, of course, as we were discussing about management consulting and how we can really help people with right type of expertise. So me, as coming from a banking background and a whole lot of team which is coming from banking, we have a special company which is Dhanguard Banking Consultant. So we of course are able to help all the entrepreneurs. In terms of B2B also, we work with many companies, as you know, in terms of helping the banking.
And I remember a few years ago when we met first time, and I was asking you what's your background, and then you said, I'm a banker. No, I'm an ex-banker. I said, okay, fine. So how did you think of this business? And then you saw the scope in it and you accelerated. Today, here you are. I love the fact that you have got a team of banking where you have compliance officer, expert from certain bank who has come to you, and then you got team of bankers. Again, they're ex-bankers and working with you. So your expertise in banking it's very important for this market today, because you can take a license, you can take from any jurisdiction, or you can take from Shams. But if you do not have a corporate bank account, half of the work is not done yet. And that's where you come in the picture.
Thank you so much for mentioning that. If I were to share my story and the company's story, that how did we enter into the business setup thing? When we started, as everybody knows in the market, as being a banking consultant. But eventually at that time of period, when we see the clients who were coming to us were not being formed in the right way, and eventually we had to do the same thing again as banker. When I was sitting in bank or when I'm sitting with client, anyways I have to understand the client's profile completely. Like we say in a normal way that a lawyer and a banker, you should not hide anything. So we have to dig in deep, we have to investigate. So as a banker, our job was to understand his KYC, understand his business profile, understand his source of fund, wealth. So I was doing everything in terms of what is required to do a business setup. So as we used to do a lot back business setup at that time, we were not going in these details in terms of KYC, but the world has changed over. The country has become more prominent in that section, that they want to start whatever they were doing after doing the business setup in terms of banking. Now authorities are doing upfront in terms of asking KYC, in terms of asking business questionnaire. We are doing that upfront, right?
That's right.
So that figured us out that we are inherently a business setup people, and banking is a top layer on that.
Yes.
So that made our clients so happy that business setup with Shams we were able to do in 24 hours, and then banking is what we are doing since ages. So that really made us flourish in a small frame of time. And then, as we always wanted in terms of service, we are following you and we are following everybody who's good in service. We always take inspiration from them. So when it comes to banking, we are not just opening bank account. This is a misconception where a company is just giving you a bank account or just opening your license. We go much ahead to that. We help you with compliances as well. Like if I have to put in a nutshell, when you do accounting, when you are opening a company, you have to do accounting. You need to know your finances. In the same way, when you are doing banking as well, you need to take care of compliances. So we take care of compliances as well. What transaction is coming, what transaction is going out. Because sometimes you don't know your supplier, you don't know your buyer. There can be some transaction which you don't know about it. So we check upfront. Even after that, even if the transaction has come, we work with you to resolve those queries with the bank. So that helps entrepreneurs in terms of banking, which is very prominent. If your bank accounts get closed, if bank is asking query, that becomes a hassle. Because bank is doing its own due diligence. So you need to understand the banking landscape as well, in terms of opening account, in terms of funding, in terms of treasury management, in terms of getting funding as well, lending part. So we help that in the whole landscape.
Amazing job you have been doing, as I said before, and we need people like you in the market who can actually help and guide people afterwards the license.
So I'll come back to the packages now. 5750, we have 6875. I would use one line which we use with our clients. 5750 is equivalent to 1.5 lakhs of India, which is equivalent to an iPhone. Sir, you are buying an iPhone. You cannot start your business. What's your line for that? I really want to know that line.
To be honest, I put the value behind the money always. It's not about low or high cost. It's the value. I always tell them, and I am a big believer of it. I don't say something I don't believe in it. I will always tell you or anybody around me things I believe and I can do and I'm capable of. Means anybody can do. That's how I look at the world. So when I say 5750, I say you're going to try setting up a business in this country with the 5750. Guess what you can do out of 5750? You don't know. The power of 5750 could be your whole future. Could be you can bring your business on a scale of thousands and thousands or billion dirhams.
So true.
So 5750 actually is nothing in comparison to investing for your future.
Correct.
That's how I look at the value of money.
Well, that's a different perspective I got from you today. It's really what it is, that the cost is the value which you are getting, and what you can create out of it is more important. That 5750 is a stepping stone. Tomorrow there can be many things which can be added upon, but right now when you can make the value out of it is only 5750. I'm repeating that number again and again so that it sticks to the entrepreneur's mind that you're just starting with this for a future which you really want to make for yourself.
Yeah, you try it or you don't try it. You must try once.
So this was 5750 6875, which is for adding the trading activities. If we were to say about the visa packages, what are the visa packages in terms of 1 visa, 2 visa? There is some lifetime visa if it is still there, and then we have something in terms of secret about the unlimited visa as well.
Oh yes, if you talk about visas, if you consider the whole package from licensing to the visa and getting your Emirates ID in your hand, you can do and below 14,000. You can start your life here. You get residency for 2 years in that. And I'm talking about from your license, medical, Emirates ID, that includes of course biometrics and receiving physical copy of Emirates ID.
So if we were to bifurcate the license cost, visa cost, Emirates ID cost, and immigration card is there, what is the total cost with 1 visa which will come, and how can we bifurcate that?
Okay, if you talk about the different items of it, then license, as I say, let's just start with the media license, which is 5750. Then number 2, you require the allocation under your visa, or you can call it visa quota. So that is 1,600. Then you require the immigration card, which is 640 dirhams. Then you require the e-channel, which is 2,280. Then you're an investor. Your visa cost is 2,200.
2,200 is the only visa cost, right?
Investor visa cost is 2,200. And then you go for your medical, which is nearly 350 dirhams you can do anywhere in UAE. And then your Emirates ID, 330 dirhams. And that's it.
That's it. And it brings us to 14,000 dirhams, in which you get your license, you get your immigration card to get more visas, you get 1 visa allocation, you get medical, Emirates ID, everything done. You are in UAE with your business up and running and your visa up and running.
Yes, and the cost is below 14.
And the cost is below 40.
Below 40.
And there are some things coming from Shams time to time which really helps in terms of offers, in terms of promotions, which can help entrepreneurs to save costs if they choose at that time to really use that promotion, right?
Okay, I'll have a point on that. We come up with an idea now that we don't wanna fluctuate a lot in the market. So our prices are standard. Are we gonna keep those prices for the future?
Okay.
Yeah, we might do something special in terms of we might throw out a service.
Okay.
For free of cost. But in pricing, we won't be fluctuating anymore.
Okay. So in this 14,000, what else is covered? Is there any co-working space, flexi desk?
Yeah, it comes with the flexi desk agreement.
So what is that flexi desk? Can you detail about a bit in this 14,000 package which you are getting?
Okay, so Sharjah Media City, in our headquarters, we have a business center.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I have been there.
Thank you, yes.
And it's like gold in the desert.
Yes. I mean, you keep driving, when you reach, you feel you've reached another palace or your home or house, a building where you have everything. You have got restaurant as well.
Yes.
And have a sip of coffee.
Well, it's unbelievable to really see that how in 14,000 dirhams, you set up your license, you get visas, and then you have a space to work, which you will detail out. Yeah.
Yes. And then, so you go and we do provide you a flexi desk where you can sit and work, and it comes along with the Wi-Fi if you want to use the printer and basic water and everything is there. So you come all the way, you can sit and work in peaceful mind. Don't forget, we have a gym as well.
There's a gym as well. So work-life balance is the first priority as well.
That is right.
Well, that's the reason, Vishal, that you make so difficult for Dhangad to really convince people that you are getting everything in 14,000 dirhams.
I mean, they can buy the gym membership. It's very cheap, and they can work and then work out. Work in, work out, go.
My God. Well, nicely put. So getting this in package, everything in terms of starting the license, visa, and now FlexiDesk with gym, work and workout is really something impressive, and it is coming from you. So I hope when we tell people, I will show this video, that it is really true. You can do it, because people are not able to believe that in such a low cost you will be able to do all those things.
Send them to us. I'll get them. I'll tour them around. I'll show them everything what we have.
Well, I have literally taken some of the clients like that, because when you see it, you really believe it.
Yeah.
So we have this thing that whenever the client wants to take a tour with Shams, with your team, we are connecting, coordinating, and bringing people there, because it really, when the entrepreneur is setting up there and he sees himself, what is the environment, they become brand ambassador. They go out and tell 10 more people that, see, this is what I got. And it is very important that an entrepreneur knows also about these benefits. When I speak to my team, when we are doing this training and development, we always tell them that you have to use the resources. When the authority is giving you so much of benefits, why not to use?
True.
And you really want them to use, right?
Of course, yes. See, having something in your life you're not going to use is useless. So use it.
My God.
Could be anything. Use it.
So coming to the next point, if there is one visa, if you want to add more visas to it, what is the process and what is the cost?
Process is simple. You want another visa, another visa, another visa. You want 10 more visas. You want 20 more visas. You pay each visa allocation 1,600, and you pay the visa cost. If it's employed, then it's 3,360 dirhams. If it's another investor, then 2,200. And you continue as many visas you require. Each time you pay 1,600 plus the visa cost and the medical and the Emirates ID cost, which are the standard. Allocation 1,600, Emirates ID 330, medical 350, and the visa cost. Employee 3,360, investor 2,200.
So approximately, when you're adding an employee, which is most often the case, in 5,200 or something, approximately that amount, you can keep on adding the visas, right?
That's right.
Well, I will give the good news now, which you have already sent it to us, I think a month ago or something.
Yes.
I will tell that, not the authority, as a consultant. So this is very important for all the entrepreneurs, because sometimes the right news is not going to them. They are known that Shams is giving up to 6 visas, and then after you have to go for an office, which sometimes because of so much of influx coming to Shams, you are not able to give them office, and they were not able to get the visas, more visas.
Yeah.
Now it is out. You can take unlimited visas, quote unquote, unlimited visas without taking an office, and you can get your maximum growth with Shams. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anywhere.
That is absolutely right. There's a small catch which I want to announce. The catch is not really a catch, but it's in an information. So you can take up to 50 visas without any offices, without any shared desk or dedicated desk. Anything above 50 visas, you will require an office.
Okay. And that will be available. Then after that, you can go up to what number of visas?
100.
Oh my God. I think then starting up the business and taking it to 100 is what the entrepreneurs coming to us will be the vision.
And I'll be the most happiest person if people do that and they're successful. That is the joy of the life.
Well, that's what the motto of the authority and as a consultant is, because we believe that when your business is growing, and that's when we will grow. Because if I have to put in the business side of it as well, not just saying that for the sake of saying that when your business grows, you need services. You need many more services. You need much more resources.
That's right.
And that's when we will be able to sell you, or we will be able to advise you. I'll put it right away, because we are speaking about business owners. We are speaking about businesses. So we want to help them grow and flourish so that we are able to cater you in many other things like PRO services, getting your employees visa, which Dhangat does, in terms of banking of your employees, in terms of WPS payroll, in terms of your banking. Everything comes when you grow, in terms of accounting as well.
Consulting.
Yeah, consulting. Well,
you got everything in there.
Yes. So I think that's the way forward. I think if we were to summarize in terms of what is the first idea which comes to your mind when you want to start your business is consulting, be it any type, which is your core, which is your hobby, or it can be your experience.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you for distinguishing the packages. It must be clear to all the people out there, and we will be able to bring more people in terms of really following their passion.
No, thank you for having me and giving me the opportunities to say what I can say, and we can put these messages out to make it more clear to people, and they can have some information and knowledge from here.
Now I will come to a very sensitive point which can go against as a consultant, but I don't see that thing. I really want people to get a very transparent information from the authority directly. See, I will be very honest on this. There are many consultants, or there can be third parties. I will not say consultant, third parties, which authorities are working with, which is their duty to work with, and they're not giving the right picture to the client, or maybe mistakenly miscommunication has happened, which is very much possible with the entrepreneur. Or third thing, the client does not want to work with a third party because of his data protection. It can be anything.
Yeah.
But the boiling down to the main point that he does not want to work with a third party. It can be consultant, broker, freelancer, anybody. What is the option for that entrepreneur to directly come to the Freezone and take his services? Now I know that speaking on this is very important because I want my client to have 100% flexibility to speak to any of my team members or to me or to the authority directly. So I want your point on that.
Very sensitive. Okay, I'll tell you. I think we all need to understand as business owners or part of this business where could be a channel partner, could be a consultant, could be anyone who's bringing clients and assisting them for Sharjah Media City or any jurisdiction. I'll generalize this. At the end of the day, client needs to be served.
Yes.
And that is the job of you, me, everybody around us who are part of it. And that includes Sharjah Media City and our people together. If client is not being served correctly or in a right manner, no matter which door he knocks until he gets served perfectly. So if he knocks my door, our door, and he says, listen, I need help, I'm not going to say no. Because when you will come to me or anybody else, knock the door, I need help, Vishal. Vishal will say, yes, tell me what I can do for you. Same thing goes to end user. And guess what? There's no benefit for me and you or for anyone like us if we can't help and assist and provide what an end user wants and assist them from A to Z. So idea is end user should get their services, what they're paying, what they're asking for. That could be you, me, or anybody else. That's the whole idea.
Well, I got the answer more than I expected, and that's what gives the confidence of the entrepreneurs who will start business in UAE. I will also generalize this, that it is not about you are coming to Dangad or any other channel partner or any other consultant, any other freelancer, anybody out could be there. One thing you can be confident about the country, about the authority, that you will be served no matter what.
That is right.
So this is the message out. Entrepreneurs can have 100% confidence on the country and the authority.
That is right. Otherwise, there's no point of me working for this industry, in this industry. And if I can't help, I shouldn't be here. That's how I look at what I do.
That brings me to an additional point on the same note. Is there any hidden charges? Because a lot of entrepreneurs and startups get really pissed off if they get to know something at the end, which is not so common in UAE. But still, is there anything which happens in many other countries that there is something star marked, asterisk marked?
I got your point. No, we don't have anything called hidden charges. We don't have any asterisk, and we say, okay, excuse me, these are extra charges. No, what we have basically, sometimes it's a misunderstanding. Example, we say you can start your business with 5750. That's true.
Yes.
We have witnessed that. But if you come to me and say you want to do trading of certain product, which doesn't fall under the category of 5750, that goes to 6875, and you question, why did you say I can start my business? You can start your business with 5750.
Okay.
But there's a limitations to it, which is choose any activity from media section.
Okay. But I don't think so that's something hidden charges. It does not false. It's just that we are giving 5750 for starting the business.
That's right.
This type of business. Then we are again marketing that start your business with 6875, which is your trading and all.
That's right.
Then start your business with visa and license, which is 14,000 approximately.
That is right.
The hidden charges is something which are not told and then it comes up.
That's right. But people use these words.
Okay.
Why your information is not clear, it's hidden.
Oh.
So that's the reason I mentioned this, because we have experienced very few, very rare, but we do. If I experience something which is not very pleasant in your ear, I want to change that, because I don't want my clients to experience anything which is not pleasant. I wouldn't like that to myself as a customer to something else. And I don't want it.
Well, when it comes to experience, I want to tell you something as well, that as Dhanguard, when we set up companies, when we do visa and medical, we are giving pick and drop services.
Very nice.
Where we pick you from airport, from your hotel and get you the medical done, Amrit City, because when you're coming new to the country, you don't know how to navigate.
Yes.
So we help you in that sense as well. That's what I was saying, that we don't stay to what our job is. We want to go extra mile.
This is what I said before. See, there will be a cost to it, but people need to understand, and we provide a service, you provide a service where it's valuable. It's not the money you're spending. You're making their life very easy. They come, you get down, you pick them, you drop them to the hotel or location they want to live. You pick them again, you take them for medical, you finish the medical, you bring them back. You take them for biometrics, you bring them back. And if they do these all things their own, they're not going to enjoy this easily.
Nobody would enjoy it.
They're not going to enjoy it.
Well, I would put something here which must be very rarely known, but I really want to share this. You must be remembering our old days when I used to drive myself every day, 4 of my investors from morning to night, and we used to make sure together with you that when that process used to be there, that you have to stamp your visa on the passport.
Yes.
Then I had to collect passport from the investor. I used to go to his hotel, take the passport, submit to you, then get it stamped, then give it back to him. I mean, I really enjoyed that, because for me, speed was every time very important, together with a good service. So getting the visa on those days within 2 days was not that common.
That's right.
But with your help, with Sham's help, I was really able to do that. Bringing the client from airport, directly taking him to the medical, finishing the medical, going directly to Amrit City, then finishing his job.
I remember the case, I came downstairs of your house.
Yes.
There was a client emergency, he had to travel.
Fred.
Yeah, we had to travel. I need to get documents, come to you, drive and give the passport. But this is the beauty of our industry. Again, I see it, it's not about money. I see it as a help. That you help that person to fly safe next morning because he really had to travel.
Yes.
Because no one cares about money when you have emergency, right?
Yes.
So that was something I enjoyed, and I enjoy on a daily basis.
Until now, I enjoy it, and when I do these things, and when I tell my team to do these kind of things, you really are not taking care of client, you're making a family. So those clients visit my home, we meet, it's like a family. So business is all about creating relations as well.
That's right. See, I have a belief. I want to say something here. And I am a hardcore salesman. I have been, and I am proud of it. I've been 19 years, I've been selling different things. And I learned one thing. When you sell a product, most of the salespeople, when you sell a product, you take the money, you're done. Not really. The best salesman for me is who is part of the journey. So if you become the part of their journey, your client's journey, the client will stay with you for life, no matter which industry you go to. I have people from previous different industries, and when they find that I work for Sharjah Media City, even they have a license in different jurisdiction, no offense to anyone.
I mean, different countries or something as well. Yeah.
They come to me. They say, Vishal, can you help us? And the only reason, they know one thing. No matter what happens, I will be there and I'll assist them and I'll respond to them.
Anytime. I know that. I have experienced that.
I will make sure I come back to you if I'm busy. And that is very important, as you said, that you create a family, or you be there for them, or travel with them on their journey of this whole process.
That's the culture we also follow in Dhangar. No matter what happens, we have to respond the customer on time and create these relations, because a customer is relying on us. And when he's relying, it's our responsibility. And when you take care of this responsibility, you will eventually follow the journey. As you mentioned that all along the journey, he will keep on relying in you and you will grow together with him.
That is right. And this is why you're here.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Vishal, for coming here and joining us on Business Banking and Beyond. This was truly business, banking and beyond.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for having me.
See you, keep seeing you here and keep helping the businesses coming to UAE flourishing.
Yes, thank you.